Ever wondered if a larger piece of headwear makes you a larger target to those deadly E-liter players in Splatoon? Or if you can straight up become invincible by standing behind a tacticooler? Well, I've got 37 Splatoon myths to put to the test today, and we're gonna kick it off with myth number 1. Using a larger piece of headwear makes you a larger target. I don't clickbait here, I'm giving you guys exactly what you want to see. So if we scope in here, we can see that the hitbox is wrapped pretty tightly around the character. But if we switch to a piece of headgear that's a little more visible, supposedly it'll make you a larger target. We'll do the same thing here, and it looks like you can't even hit the headgear at all. It's not even part of the hitbox. So I guess that's a myth busted. Myth 2. In the same way, using a larger hairstyle also makes you a larger target. I mean, kinda? It definitely looks like you can target some of it, but most of it looks unaffected. Oh, yep, okay, that's fine. It's not like I was trying to make a video or anything. All right, let's try that again. See, it's really hard to do this with the character jumping up and down like that, but it does look like you can hit certain parts of the afro, so we'll say myth slightly confirmed. Moving along to myth number 3, taller shoes will actually make your character taller. So you can see going from no shoes to these absolutely chonker shoes, there is definitely a difference. So the most scientific way I could think of testing this is by wearing no shoes and standing next to something, and then wearing the tall shoes and standing next to the same thing. Here next to this thing, I come up to about right here. I know guys, this is the most accurate data ever, the scientific method at work right here. And if we switch over to the shoes here, yeah, there's totally a height increase. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Not sure what to do with that info, but myth confirmed. Number 4, enough special charge up makes your special gauge charge without even painting. So I'm here in my full special charge outfit, and if we hop into recon, absolutely nothing happens. Myth busted. Myth 5. Ink Saver main lets you fire your weapon with the zip caster longer. So we got no Ink Saver on the left and full Ink Saver on the right, and you can see the special gauges of each right next to the character. So it looks like the one with the Ink Saver is actually able to fire 2 more shots, so I guess myth confirmed. Myth number 6, running 1 main of swim speed will cancel out the slowness of Ninja Squid. So the thought here is the slowness nerf you get from Ninja Squid can be completely negated by just 1 main of swim speed up, essentially making you as fast as you would be if you had neither. I hope that makes sense. Once again, in my very scientific way of conducting this, I'm going from here to here, both times, hopefully. It does actually look like the Ninja Squid is still a bit slower, and I know it's because I probably didn't do the same thing both times, but this myth is busted. There's a whole article on the Splatoon wiki explaining everything. Number 7, quick respawn doesn't activate if you splat someone with your sub or special weapon after you died. The way quick respawn works is, well, you respawn quicker. But only if you haven't splatted anyone before the last time you died. So what happens if you get someone after you died? So I've made sure I got my quick respawn activated here, and now if I time this just right... Oh, you do still get the quick respawn. Myth busted. Myth 8, Tacticooler can act as a shield and stop main weapon attacks. Well, it can definitely stop this. Myth confirmed. But can it stop a reef slide? Oh wait, no, it totally messed that up. Hold on, let's try that one more time. Dang it, I missed it again. All right, this is the time, guys. Trust me. I don't know. That was close enough. Looks like it can't stop it. Myth busted. Myth number 10. You can become invincible on the tower surrounded by tacticoolers. I promise this is the last tacticooler myth. So we'll toss this right up here and get behind it. I mean, it kind of works, but there's still the threat of like blasters and special weapons. You know what? No, myth busted. Number 11. Splash wall stops reef slider completely. Oh, okay, it does stall it for a little bit, but it doesn't stop it. Myth busted. Following that up with number 12, Reef Slider can one-shot players by running over them. Very much myth confirmed. Myth 13. Apparently you can't squid roll and toxic mist on the ground, but you can squid roll and toxic mist off the wall. So the ground definitely doesn't work like it should, but the wall, 0 problems rolling off the wall. I wonder if that's intentional. Myth confirmed. Myth 14. Stealth jump, in addition to hiding your super jump position, also hides your zipcaster return location. So no stealth jump here, still completely visible and definitely getting sniped on the way back. But with the stealth jump, yeah, no difference. Myth busted. Number 15. Drop ruler still works when returning from inkjet or zipcaster. And by this very brief demonstration, yes it does. Myth confirmed. Myth 16. Ultra stamp can block Trizuka shots. Wow, it literally just eats them. Okay, myth confirmed. Myth 17. The carbon roller's vertical flick is shorter than the splat roller, but the carbon roller's horizontal flick is farther. This is not true. The carbon roller has a shorter range in all aspects. Myth busted. Number 18. Just like a splash wall or a bubbler, a bomb will instantly explode when it makes contact with the zipcaster's armor. If we toss one right at the zipcaster, yeah, it goes right through. Doesn't do anything different. Myth busted. Myth 19. If you click that subscribe button, you'll get awesome Splatoon content right in your subscription feed. I don't don't know about this one though. You guys are gonna have to try it for yourselves. All right, back to the actual stuff. With number 20, run speed makes you faster with the Rainmaker. Just straight comparing the two, it's easy to see that run speed makes you way faster. Myth confirmed. Myth 21, thermal ink will activate if someone is indirectly hit with the stringer pellets. So we just go a little off so the explosion does damage. It should, in theory, wait, no, not that. That was not intentional, I promise. But if I hit him indirectly here and then he runs behind the wall, nope, no effects of thermal ink. Myth busted. Number 22, the Big Swig roller paints the most points of turf out of any roller in one swing. This is not true. The Dynamo paints more in one horizontal flick by just a couple points. Myth busted. Myth 23, special power up only affects the duration of a special weapon or its charge time, not its strength. While some specials like Killer Whale and Ultra Stamp only get an increase in duration, plenty of other specials have a significant increase in strength. For example, Trizuka, along with an increased duration, gets larger shots and more ink coverage. Super Chump and Reef Slider get bigger explosion radii, and Triple Ink Strike can be thrown farther. So, myth busted. Myth 24, a crab tank in its ball form can tank any special weapon, effectively making you invincible. While it is strong, one Booyah Bomb will still easily take it out. Myth busted. Myth number 25, 2 ink vac shots can collide with each other and explode in the air. Yeah, those definitely just went right through each other. Myth busted, sadly. Number 26, Respawn Punisher makes respawn time longer, but it also increases super jump time for a short duration after respawning. So with no Respawn Punisher here, I can respawn as usual, and I'm able to get back out just as quick. But if we get the Respawn Punisher on, yup, definitely taking longer to respawn, but yeah, it doesn't take any longer to super jump. Myth busted. Myth 27. Placing one big bubbler inside the other will break the first bubbler. So if I place my first one down right here, and then my lovely assistant places his down right next to mine. Oh, wow, so his actually broke. Interesting. Hold on, let me try that again. I can't use it right in the middle, but huh, that one stayed there. There's got to be something I'm missing. Hang on. All right, let's place it there. So it looks like if it hits the little bubble at the top, then the second bubbler will break. So myth, wait, what was the question again? Placing one big bubbler inside another will break the first. Yeah, okay, myth busted. All I can say is results may vary. Myth 28, some of the textures from different kits of the same weapon are off by a few pixels. If I zoom in here and flip back and forth, you can see that the weapon textures are just ever so slightly off. And this isn't the only one. The Luna Blaster is off, and the worst offender has to be the paintbrush. More like pain to my eyes. I'm so sorry for those of you who will never be able to unsee this. Myth unfortunately confirmed. All right, let's get away from that and look at some Salmon Run myths. Myth 29, if you throw an egg in the basket at the last second, you'll hear a unique sound effect. That sounded so completely not unique and underwhelming. Myth busted. Number 30, you can jump into the fly fish's basket if you're in squid form. Ow, nope, you just get pushed right out. Myth busted, unfortunately. I really wanted to become a Tenta missile. And while we're here, I guess we'll test number 31. You can use ink jets, crab tanks, or any explosive to take out a flyfish basket. Did I seriously just wipe in my own Salmon Run game at 15% difficulty? I gotta get a new career, guys. I'm washed up as a Splatoon player. Again, bro? You know what, just look at some clips I'll find online. Yes, it works, as you can see here from the talented Salmon Run players. Myth confirmed. Myth 32, you can use golden eggs during a boss wave to take out other boss salmonids. This is also true, but too dangerous for me to test myself, so here's another clip. Yeah, myth confirmed. Alright, myth 33, this is one I can test without dying. Hopefully. Throwing a golden egg does 3 times the amount of damage as the default splat bomb. So the egg throw does a solid 100, and the splat bomb? Yeah, that's 180. Myth busted. And with that out of the way, I think we should round this off with just a few story mode myths, starting with myth 34. Pearl turns into her human form after being idle in the city area in side order. Well, I guess we wait. Oh, something happened. Wait, that was like way quicker than I was expecting. Yep, there she is up on that light pool. Myth confirmed. Number 35, pressing A on colored chips makes a sound effect similar to the actual effect of the chip. I feel like I can't like explain this anymore, so I'm just gonna try it. If you go to the colored chip collection here and choose one, yup, can confirm that's a noise. Myth confirmed. Myth 36, similar to the last one, if you open up your palette in the elevator, you get actual samples from the color chips. Like, way cooler than the last ones. So for this one, I'm gonna retry one of my runs here. And if we open up the palettes, I'm guessing I just press A on one of these? Wait, what? That totally works. Hang on, that's so cool. I never knew that. You could actually make some fire tracks with these. I guess myth confirmed. And finally, our last myth. Apparently, you can unlock a special version of the hero shot by 1000%ing the story mode. Well, here I am in Alterna with everything fully completed, and I don't have a special hero shot. So myth busted. Well, that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did, and I'll catch you in the next one.